So during this time that I have, spare time that I have, I thought that it would be best to see if I can replace my vinyl wrap on my roof here, because I placed something on here that stained it. I don't know what it was. I think it was like something rubber or whatnot, but it stained the vinyl. So I was like, hey, it's a good time. Maybe somebody out there wants to know how to wrap their roof or wrap their car, whatever it might be. So I was like, hey, let me make a video. Got some time, might as well, right? So I'll walk you through the process of how to wrap your roof and the steps that you might want to take so you don't break shit, right? So before we get started, the ideal solution is to be able to wrap the roof all the way around, meaning to get underneath the seam right here. So you have, even if you lift this up, you can't even tell where the break was. You got to remove this panel, right? But if you're a Z owner, you know that this panel is really a pain in the ass to find if you break it, right? So there's a couple of steps you gotta take this thing off. It's really easy once you remove all the right screws or whatnot. So, and you just take your time. What I like to do is remove this panel right here. It's really simple. You just kind of like get behind it and lift up like that. Pop this off. Boom, easy peasy, right? Put it aside, put it on here on my big country lab wing. And then there's a couple of these screws underneath here. So if you look, I'll also pop this off so you can get a better view. And removing these type of tabs, make sure you get like really good right behind it, right? So you're not gonna end up ripping it. But if you take a look, give me a sec. These are the screws you're looking for, right? They go all the way across the panel. You want to remove every single one of those before even trying to take this off, because if not, snap city, right? So let's do that. Let's get yourself a little Phillips. Let's go to panel. You might be saying, hey, why are you not using a power drill? For me, on these little things like this, hand is the best way. No risk of stripping nothing, breaking anything. I just like it better. See how this goes. Let's see how this video goes. If y'all like videos like this, something simple, I'll do more. See how it goes, you know? I got a lot of shit to do. I gotta replace a V-band on my exhaust. I also have a fuel gauge coming, because right now I have no fuel gauge for this thing, and it kind of sucks not knowing where my fuel level is on this thing when I'm on the street. It's like, you know, you just take the wheel, hopefully it don't die on me. And which, honestly, it did. My last trip, I drove around town, picked up my son, came back here, and I parked in the driveway, went inside, came back outside just to park the car in the garage. Wouldn't start. It was dead already. So, I do need a fuel gauge. So I ordered one from Summit, so it should be here like on Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. And then we can do that. There's one last one here, way in the back here. My little bracket comes off pretty easy. Okay. And then the next step, all you have to do is get behind it and kind of like pop it up, just like so. Make sure you're very close to the clip itself so you don't try to break anything. And just take your time, because the last thing you want to do is break this thing. And then the bottom clip here, let me show y'all. You see this right here? That slips onto like a little groove over it on the front near the front fender. You don't want to pull that, it just slides right in there. So let's take this and then set it aside. You have full access. You can see like where I wrap, like underneath here. So when you wrap it, you want it to go and sit on underside of this lip right here. So there's no pilling or anything, you won't see no cuts. And then this you could just tuck kind of like underneath there. But now, just remove this one. That's it. So the vinyl I use for my car, or the brand I like to use a lot, is called Hexus. It has really good memory factors into it. When you apply heat, so like, I just took this off the car, right? So here it is right here, right? Now watch what happens when you apply heat to it. It goes back to its natural state, right? So you can reapply it, stretch it, or whatever, right? It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but look at that. It's all smoothed out already. Look, see? It's all wrinkled. And then once you apply heat to it, it just, you know, magic and whatnot. But yeah. So that's how you take off all that. It's good to get yourself a good heat gun when you're removing the vinyl, just because it's easier to take it off, right? When you apply heat to it, it just becomes more, it releases the properties, the bonding properties that it has when you apply heat to it, and then you're allowed to like remove it with a lot easier. It does take some time, but take measurements of the roof so you can cut out the proper size of the vinyl so you're not shorting yourself. Always go about, I would say, what I like to do is go about 2 or 3 inches over, just in case, you know, if I need any extra material. These are some of the items you would need. You know, a little good X-Acto knife, measuring tape. And also, if you're a one-man person doing this, because it's always better to have somebody to help you out. But if not, right, I like to use, hold on one second, these magnets, right? What's going to happen is I'm going to hold the one side of the vinyl with those magnets, and then it'll allow me to pull over this side, stretch it, you know, do what I need to do. But it's good to get yourself some good magnets to help you out with any of the body panels that you can use them on. So you see, I have the vinyl laid out on the roof. I put the 2 magnets on both of the ends, so they act as my anchor point. What I do is I'll roll like half of the vinyl, and then I'll heat like kind of that section up just a tad, and then apply it onto this portion of the roof. Do this portion first, kind of, and then work on my way to that end. So I'll just roll like a little time lapse over this so you can see, so you're not watching me do this whole process. And then I'll touch bases on certain things I want to talk about throughout the process. Vinyl on the roof. Now what I'm gonna do is go in and trim pretty much against this line, which goes underneath that panel so you don't see it, and then I'll trim at the end of this, and then kind of like tuck it right underneath the roof skin right here. And then on this side, I'll trim it like back to like right here. This is where the roof stops, but there's a little rubber gasket that goes over it. So I like to trim right here and then tuck that inside underneath that gasket. So the windshield gasket that goes right here, so you don't see it and it stays back under there. That's pretty good, but that's pretty much it. Show you all the finished product. Gotta use just for extra safety. It's not really needed on some areas, but others it's good to have, right? It's this 3M adhesive tape. You can use it on the back of when you wrap something on the back end, like say like on this side, if I think it's gonna lift in time or wherever this might be, I'll just cut a little piece of this and run it against the edge. And then that gives it extra protection. It's like an extra security so it doesn't like lift over time. If I've never had anything lift on me like that before, just due to that, right? Like I've added it to certain areas. Like underneath the door or like added it here, you probably can't even tell because it looks like tape, so. Yeah, so I'm gonna run this, all of it's trimmed. I'm gonna run some right here just to be on the safe side. It usually never lifts over on this end. But I almost forgot to talk about one other thing. Don't forget after you wrap, you have to post heat, right? That means run your heat gun around the edges so it can adhere to the bonding, pretty much to the material that you're vinyl wrapping to. So pretty much, yeah, post heat at the end of the time you're done wrapping, like around all the edges, all the seams. Just do that little post heat trick. Also, if you want to get like one of those heat thermometers, I have one. I need to go get it in my toolbox. But every vinyl has their own temperature point of where it is where it releases the bonding aid, and also the temperature where it reaches where it adheres to the bonding at the end, like a post heat. They tell you what the temperature needs to be at, so you can like run the heat gun on there, shoot your laser temperature on there to make sure it's at that temperature. Then once it's good, just move on, right? So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and then run that 3M tape just for extra security, and then put all the panels back. Call it a day. Okay, so that's it, right? The roof is done. I wrapped it. It does take some time. It is better if you have two people. If not, you still can do it. You just gotta take your time, right? It's gonna take some work. Wrapping a vehicle is not the easiest thing to do, and it's not the hardest thing to do, right? You just gotta take your time. I did wrap my full Z myself, so it's not difficult to do. You just have to take your time, right? That's just with anything you do. Building the engine, LS engine in the Z, putting suspension on, or doing whatever it is. You just gotta take your time, right, on anything. And then research, right? If you don't understand or have any idea how to do it, look it up, man. It's 2020. There's stuff on the internet that you can find, right? But yeah, the panels are back on. Everything's secured. Everything looks good. A lot better. Could it be better? Yeah. But, you know, for right now, it's good. Hope y'all like this video. I might do more. Who knows? We'll see. If y'all want to walk around with the Z, I could do that too, right? I haven't really gone in detail on the Z, what's on there and who built what and what was done to it, right? But y'all got an idea of it. But I could do a walk around if y'all want. Just let me know. Y'all have a good day.